So let's do Way Back Home. You want me to turn the click on for this?
Yeah, let's do that with the click. Cool.
Okay.
As music director of the Lake George Music Festival, one of my most important jobs is to make music accessible and inspiring to all audiences. Sounds of Our Time is a unique and innovative concert series that explores the relationship between two genres of music that you normally wouldn't see together on the same stage: orchestral music and electronic music, specifically progressive and cinematic electronic dance music, or PCEDM. We will focus on the connection between electronica and classical symphonic music by collaborating with the PCEDM duo MAKO. This orchestral and electronic collaboration has never before taken place in Lake George. I hope to see you at this one-of-a-kind concert, Sounds of Our Time, August 24th at 8 p.m. at Shepherd Park.
Isn't that going to be amazing?
It's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I mean, this one is made for something like this.
Sounds of Our Time.
What do you make of that? You know, I love this job. I'm telling you, when I get the opportunity to talk to musicians about what they do and what inspires them, no less the fact that they're going to be performing in our area, I love it. Joining me today are three musicians, and to try to explain to you up front what I'm talking about is impossible, so we're going to dig into this right away. Joining me is Logan Light, musician, Roger Kalia, who's a conductor, and Alex Seaver, who's a vocalist, producer, and writer. And Alex and Logan are part of an electronic duo called MAKO, and Alex and Roger here is one of the co-founders of the Lake George Music Festival and a conductor. And this is going to be the marriage of electronic music and classical music, which I think is insane. So I just love it. So welcome, guys. I didn't know how I was going to lead into this interview.
Great job, by the way.
We made it, right? We did.
Awesome.
You know what? I would like to start with you.
Yes, sir.
Let's take a little voyage back a couple of years. You're at the Aspen Music Festival.
As a French horn player.
As a French horn player,
That's
right?
right.
In classical realm.
That's right.
But you have this yearning to really want to experiment, get a little beyond that.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So what was that about?
I went to college at Juilliard in New York for French horn, moved out to Los Angeles to pursue movie music, got into electronics after I met this character over here, and it kind of took over, you know, like a disease, but a very loud and very exciting disease. And next thing I knew, I was an electronic artist.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
What draws you to that? You know, you mentioned developing themes for music. You know, you have to have a real sense of emotion and drama, right? You have to be able to manipulate a lot of sounds to be able to, you know, make them fit certain sequences visually and whatever. And of course, you have to have a real sense of melody.
You described it perfectly. I love melody and I love emotion and I love a full orchestra playing a Mahler symphony and just giving you that. And when I got to see electronic music at its peak, it was that for me. It was just a massive scale experience that everybody got to share together, and I was hooked.
Yeah, I bet you were hooked.
Yeah.
You knew Roger.
That's right.
Because you had studied together.
He was my conductor in Aspen. Yeah, I played French horn for him.
Yep.
It's great. So all of a sudden you heard their music.
Yes.
And you told me you were blown away.
Yeah, I heard their music last year for the first time.
Yeah.
Alex's Facebook profile popped up on my newsfeed, and I listened to a clip of a song called Ghosts, and I was just blown away by it. It was gorgeous writing, and I said to myself, this would fit perfectly with a full symphony orchestra. And sure enough, that's what we're doing now.
Well,
we're
you
putting
know what?
the two together.
You know, you and Alexander and Barbara,
Yes.
you are the Lake George Music Festival season is right now. As a matter of fact, I think there's only 2 more days left. And it's a wonderful mix of familiar classical music. But again, you know, what really creates the art in this kind of a festival is the experimentation and the putting together, right, of sort of eclectic sounds and people.
Yes.
So you got together with these guys, right, and decided to perform some of their music. The two of them featured electronically with a 35 piece orchestra behind them.
That's
This
right.
is insane. Who did the charts?
A friend of mine called Ken Joseph did an amazing job arranging all this music. So we gave him all the stems for our music, we gave him the ensemble that Roger has, and he just put it together.
I've got it. Now, 35 pieces, that's a full complement, right?
Yes.
It's chamber orchestra in a sense, right? But,
Chamber orchestra with a full wind section, brass, percussion, and you know, these charts, they require a click track.
Yeah, of
so
course
this
they
is
do.
actually very interesting for me as a conductor. I've never conducted with a click, and I find that it's really a different type of experience to be a conductor when you're conducting to a click, because in one sense you're limited artistically, but in
Yes,
another
that's
way
right,
you have to
sure.
make sure everything lines up. And we had our first rehearsal yesterday, and it was a huge success.
You know, we're going to
It was
talk a little on the
absolutely
inside track here. You getting a click through an earpiece?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
right, okay,
Yes.
all right. Those of you who want to know, a click is a defined beat, and that you need that to be able to sync up with what they're doing electronically. But you know, you got to stop talking so much, Logan.
I love to talk. What can I say?
Yeah. So tell me about yourself. What interests you in electronic music?
I guess just as a kid, I was drawn to it. When I was 16. I saw a show that changed my life by a group that's now had a ton of success called Daft Punk. And ever since that, it was just, I was drawn to it, and I DJ'd in college, and it was a fun hobby, and then I met him, and we've kind of taken it from a hobby to something beyond, and it's been a fun, crazy ride. And this was always, when we met each other, said let's blend our two worlds, and 4 years later this is our first chance to do so, so it's pretty cool.
You know, that's very expansive for both of you, because in the traditional sense you're a spinner, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you're a DJ. But you know, the whole idea of experimenting with electronic percussion and sounds and everything else, and the fusion of that coupled together with your songwriting, you're creating a sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
That sort of is
Yeah,
expansion.
our collaboration is essentially the same microcosm that Rogers and
Exactly
Mako's
right.
is. It's that
Yeah,
marriage
exactly
of two worlds.
Exactly.
All right, everybody. This is a one-time experience and a one-time event. It's at Shepherd Park in Lake George tomorrow night, which is what night? Where are we? What's today?
So tomorrow, Wednesday night,
Wednesday
8
night.
p.m., Shepherd Park.
Okay, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. at Shepherd's Park. Be there at 8 o'clock, and just be prepared to experience something that you just haven't seen before. Thank you so much for coming. I think we can spend all 30 minutes talking about
We
this,
could, yeah.
without a doubt. And you can count on us being there for sure. I might even sneak in for the rehearsal tomorrow.
Please
We'll
do.
get you in.
Please do.
That's great. Well, Logan, Roger, Alex, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
And we're going to take you out the same way we came in, a little unusual for this interview. We're going to take you out again with that promo so you can just get a sense of what we're talking about here. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.
So let's do Way Back Home. You want me to turn the click on for this?
Yeah, let's do that with the click. Cool.
Okay.
As music director of the Lake George Music Festival, one of my most important jobs is to make music accessible and inspiring to all audiences. Sounds of Our Time is a unique and innovative concert series that explores the relationship between two genres of music that you normally wouldn't see together on the same stage: orchestral music and electronic music, specifically progressive and cinematic electronic dance music, or PCEDM. We will focus on the connection between electronica and classical symphonic music by collaborating with the PCEDM duo MAKO. This orchestral and electronic collaboration has never before taken place in Lake George. I hope to see you at this one-of-a-kind concert, Sounds of Our Time, August 24th at 8 p.m. at Shepherd Park.
Isn't that going to be amazing?
It's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. I mean, this one is made for something like this.
Sounds of Our Time.